I fully understand the desire to use the debt limit to force some necessary and difficult fiscal policy adjustments. But the debt limit is the wrong tool for that important job.
That was Fed Chair Ben Bernanke warning both parties against playing chicken with the August 2nd deadline to raise the debt ceiling. Vice President Joe Biden says his bipartisan group is making real progress on reaching a compromise. Those talks continue today. Democrat Karen Bass, she serves on the House Budget and Foreign Affairs Committee, and she joins me now. She's also a Democrat from California. Congresswoman, let me start with what you understand has happened this week in the Biden budget talks. What can you report this morning?
Well, that the talks are moving forward, that both sides seem to be encouraged, and I'm certainly hopeful that we'll be able to make that deadline and that my Republican colleagues will not put unacceptable demands forward, such as changing Medicare.
Is this going to be, the debt limit deal, is this simply going to be more like the continuing resolution deal, a series of agreed upon spending cuts for a temporary raise in it, but putting off the big conversation on entitlements and dealing with the debt?
Well, first of all, I certainly hope that by the time August 2nd arrives, that we will raise the debt limit and that we will not condition it, number one, with either changing entitlements or do it temporarily. I think that that would send a very dangerous signal to the markets internationally.
Well, there's going to be some spending cuts to go with it. You already tried.
Sure.
The House Republicans proved they can't pass one without some strings.
Well, some spending cuts is one thing. Trying to end Medicare is something that is unacceptable.
All right. The White House is floating the idea of extending the payroll tax break for now, not just workers like it has for this year, but extending it another year and also creating a tax break for the employer's side as well as a form of stimulus that they think Republicans might support. Is this a viable idea?
Well, I think that there are many viable ideas, and I do think that that's one that could be considered. I do think that there's some ideas, you know, like we mentioned before, that are just not going to fly. But, right. You know, looking at some spending cuts, I know both sides know that that's possible and needed.
All right, I want to move to Libya. There was another vote yesterday, and you were among those that appear to be critical of the operation going forward. Military, the vote was 248 to 163 last night. You voted in the affirmative. Why?
Well, if you are talking about the Sherman Amendment, the Sherman Amendment called for no money to be spent in violation of the War Powers Act. And I think that that's different than what Speaker Boehner is calling for. And it's my understanding that Speaker Boehner calling on the administration to come forward with what is going on in Libya, more specifics, the administration is going to go along with. And so I think that we should give them the benefit of the doubt and see what they're going to come forward with, which my understanding is it's going to be in the next day.
Right. Have you been satisfied before today with what you've been the information you've been getting from the administration?
Well, I'm certainly concerned about what's happening there, but I have been satisfied. There have been numerous hearings. There's been classified briefings, and I think that the administration has followed through as they said they would.
All right. Congresswoman Karen Bass, Democrat from California. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Thank you. Good to see you, too.
All right.